I want to take a look at now news-related trending topics, especially at this weekend. And to chat more about this, we're joined by SABC News senior multimedia producer Matiba Sibanyoni. Matiba, always a pleasure talking to you. Morning.
You too, Blaine. Morning, how are you?
I am better than I deserve, as you know. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. Busy weekend, no doubt. The DA Congress, hashtag DA Congress, hashtag John Steenhuisen, very much in the social media space. And I understand the SABC had a special report on the DA Congress. Tell us more.
Exactly. So this weekend we saw the DA and the John Steenhuisen becoming the new leader. It was trending very early on in the weekend with people rooting for Mbali as well as for John Steenhuisen. And as we know the results, the new leader now is John Steenhuisen. There were a lot of talks about race within the DA as expected. A lot of people saying that it was expected that the DA might choose a white leader as compared to a black leader. But we also had a lot of praise towards Mbali, specifically because she's very young and that you can actually go for anything if you choose to. So a lot of that, SABC News has a special report on this specific issue where we have opinions, the latest news, as well as interviews. So it's a great place to go and check out the latest news specifically on this trend.
All right, that's a must, definitely. Hashtag Soweto Derby, a derby without fans.
Exactly. I mean, this is a historical match, the Soweto Derby. Orlando Pirates was going against Kaizer Chiefs, and it's almost midday now on a Monday, and a lot of people are still saying, Aska Koshi, Chiefs 3-0, basically meaning that Chiefs lost 3-0 to Orlando Pirates. It was quite interesting because we saw a lot of fans for the first time posting pictures of themselves at home. They were basically in the match in spirit, but it was an empty stadium. So I think this will go down in history. Luckily for Pirates, they can always say that the first match without people in the stadium, they won. And unfortunately for Chiefs, they didn't. People are still talking about it today on Monday and still posting some pictures on it. You know that historically, Soweto derbies, even days after the match, people continue to talk about the match, and usually you'll find everybody going against Orlando Chiefs, as they usually go on and on and on about it way after the match. So it's been a great weekend, unfortunate one for Chiefs.
COVID-19 has turned our world upside down, isn't it? I mean, I'm still not convinced with regards to the sound effects and, you know, sometimes superimposing fans when you see international matches as well. But we can always debate that. SAFA, hashtag SAFA. Why?
Yes, this was a very interesting trending topic, specifically because there was a lot of soccer match. There was a soccer match on the same day. So there was a news report that Banyana, who are going to be part of the SAFA Cup, will be playing or might be playing with their old kit because SAFA had not provided their latest kit on time. You know that they've got a new sponsor, a French sponsor called Le Coq Sportif. So the complaints were that SAFA doesn't take women's sports seriously. And I'm sure we've had a lot of people talking about this. Women's teams are usually paid way less than the male team, even though Banyana has been winning games both locally and internationally. So that was the complaint, people saying they're not taking them seriously and they need to take them seriously. SAFA came back and responded saying that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there'd been a problem with manufacturing the latest kit on time, but they did say that Banyana will go on with the latest one because you remember the previous sponsor was Nike. So talk on social media was that they would have to literally cover up the Nike branding in order to go on and play with the old kit. But however, SAFA says that junior teams may have to play with the old kit, and the new kit would be available next year in January. Wow. So we're looking forward to that match to see if they actually do have a new kit and what it looks like. There were people talking about that, firstly, SAFA is using a French sponsor, and if they really wanted to have a new kit on time, they could have used a local partner when it comes to their kit, or at least for that period. So I think it brings up a lot of issues regarding women's sports in South Africa, right, as well as like using local manufacturers for such things.
Interesting indeed. Julius Malema and advocate Dalim Mpofu in the social media space, the EFF is currently at the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein with regards to the issue around former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel. But why were they trending this weekend, Matiba?
So the EFF started trending early last week because they were at the Randburg Magistrate Court for an assault charge. Specifically, the EFF leader Julius Malema and Member of Parliament Dr. Ndlozi. So there was a lot that was said around the case, around people coming through. But something that stood out was the legal representation and race coming in again on social media. The fact that they used white lawyers. And you'll know that the EFF is well known for promoting Black professionals and Black people in general. So people were complaining, why would you choose to use white lawyers as opposed to Black lawyers? According to what we saw on the media, the team was predominantly white. So Julius Malema did come back in a statement saying that, in a news report, saying that, well, he has a right to, nobody would basically tell him which lawyer to choose. And as you know, all South Africans have a legal right to choose their legal representation, regardless of race or anything else. So days later, during the weekend, Advocate Dalim Mpofu, who's also a member of the EFF, tweeted a tweet basically talking about Black professionals and that they should be taken seriously. He tweeted a whole list. And from that came a lot of people saying that people should actually face Julius Malema head on, even though they are in the EFF, because according to what most people on social media are saying is that it seems most EFF leaders are afraid or uncomfortable with confronting him when it comes to issues that they may probably clash on or not necessarily agree on. So the talk was that Dalim Mpofu maybe should talk to Julius Malema so that he apologizes instead of coming on social media. But I see this unfolding as we go.
We'll keep a close eye on that, no doubt. Then one of the big international stories, it's election day in the US tomorrow already. Over 90 million people have cast their ballots so far in terms of early elections. But somebody that's been in the news of late is the former president, Barack Obama. We see him stumping for Joe Biden in various battleground states. But a three-pointer got everybody talking.
Yeah.
Tell us more. I think we have. Matiba, let's tee it up for the viewers. If they haven't seen it, let's play that clip and we'll talk more about it.
Yes, please. Afterwards. Beautiful.
That's what I do. Whoa. All met. All.
You don't understand. That's presidential swag right there. Tell us a bit more about that.
Exactly. You know that Obama has been known to be one of the coolest presidents. Now he's former president and he's on the campaign run with Joe Biden, obviously supporting him. And he brought some much needed humor and stress relief during this very, very tense period within the US elections, which are coming up on the 3rd of November. It's quite close. So he was on the campaign run and that's what happened. People were excited, saying he's still the best president or the most coolest president people had seen. Although some people did go back to saying that there are some things that he just didn't do right while he was president. You know that America has a whole history of gun violence. And Joe Biden has made that one of his priorities if he does become president. And people saying that, well, he was president, and what makes you think that Joe Biden will do better than he did? So it was quite interesting to find that coming into the topic. And also other scenes that were seen on social media where the different campaigns between Trump and Biden. You will know that there were a lot of crowds who were gathered last night when Trump was on, and Joe Biden chose another route. He basically had fewer people at his rally. They were following social distance measures as opposed to Donald Trump. So a lot of talk came in again that the way that Donald Trump has handled the COVID-19 pandemic might actually work against him, because a lot of people's lives have been put at risk. And you know that over the last few weeks, the numbers in America, COVID-19 infections just keep rising. So it was quite interesting to see that. Another thing that's been happening a lot on social media, specifically from our social media giants, is education around voting. Specifically during this past weekend, there was a lot of education around the fact that the results may not come out as quickly as they may have in the past. You know that a lot of Americans used email to vote as opposed to going to the actual polls. This is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So a lot of stories relating to people may not necessarily get the results as quickly as they may have in the past because of that. As well as if you did vote using mail, how can you track your vote to see where it is in the process, because you may basically mail it back. So it will be a very interesting time in the next couple of days. I think we should definitely watch social media. Both Biden and Trump have been very, very active on social media. I think I saw a tweet earlier today with Trump saying that he was up at 12 o'clock campaigning and basically saying that Biden may be sleeping, which is, and they always make jokes about his age, although both men are quite much older.
Yeah, definitely. Look, we'll keep a close eye on that. We have our correspondents around the world to give us context with regards to this elections, not only in America, but I mean, places like Russia, the UK, China, all will be watching very, very closely with regards to this elections. You correctly pointed out we might not get a result immediately after election day as the per normal because of these votes coming in. But we will definitely get the views the very latest. Barack Obama, by the way, is hugely popular within the Democratic Party as well as generally in America. But can he move the needle for Joe Biden? We shall see. Matiba, Sibanyoni, our senior multimedia producer, we thank you very much indeed. We'll chat to you on Friday. All right.
Take care.